Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talking Habs, and today's video is, no, it's not about the Montreal Canadiens, but it is about Team Canada. I'm going to kind of review the gold medal game between the U.S. and Team Canada, and it didn't end the way we wanted to, so before I get into that, if you are new to this channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. So if you're a Habs fan like I am and you might be looking for Habs content on a daily basis, well, you'll get that right here. So let's get into this game. There's not a lot to report here. It was a 2-0 win. 2-0 win for U.S.A. 2 goals. First goal came in the first period, 13:25. Alex Turcotte got his 3rd goal of the tournament. He got that with assist from Helleson and Trevor Zegras. Zegras, I believe, was the leader of the tournament for points. I think he had 18 points. So that would be 7 goals and 11 assists, because in the second period, with 32 seconds into the period, Zegras gets his 7th. So 18 minus 7 leaves 11 assists, so that's 7 and 11. And he gets that goal from Arthur Kaliev on the assist. And that was it. And I'm going to tell you something. In the first period, Canada didn't impress me too much. There was a lot of, I found a lot of sustained pressure by the U.S., where they were in Canada's zone for, it seemed like, a minute or 2 at a time on at least 3 occasions, and it didn't look good. And then when that goal was scored at 32 seconds into the second period, I was doing a live stream, and on the live stream I said, that's it, they're not going to win. And I knew it. I just knew it. I felt it. And like a psychic thing, I knew they weren't going to win. And they just didn't even mount. They mounted a comeback in a sense, in that near the end of the game, I mean, they were putting on the pressure and everything, but they just were not able to mount. Like, they didn't come close, it seemed like. Well, we'll get into this here. So it was 2-0. After 1 period and 32 seconds. Now we'll go over. Now Devon Levi was the goalie for Team Canada, and he was really good. He had 6 wins in this tournament, 0.75 goals against, and a .964 save percentage with 3 shutouts. And he was named the best goaltender in the tournament. So thumbs up to Devon Levi, who's a local kid. I'm in Montreal here, and he is from one of the suburbs here. So he's a local kid. So yeah, thumbs up to Devon Levi. Cole Caufield. So let's look at the 3 Montreal Canadiens prospects that were in this tournament. First one, Cole Caufield from the champion U.S.A. team. He played in 7 games. He had 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. He also had a +1. He had 24 shots and 2 power play goals and 2 power play assists. So he definitely connected on the power play. And quite frankly, listen, Caufield probably going to end up being a bit of a power play specialist, or I should say, going to get a lot of his points on the power play if and when he makes it to the NHL. Kaden Gooly was also in this game, and obviously in this tournament. In 7 games, Gooly was 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He was a +8 with 12 shots on goal, and he was impressive, especially on the defensive side. He was just really impressive, getting in the way of, like he just nullifies the offense. How am I want to put that? He nullifies the offensive attacks again, you know, and he gets in there quick. He takes out the threat. Like, that's what he's known for. He impressed so much that today I'm reading that he is invited to the Laval Rocket camp. Apparently he's on his way to Montreal, and he'll have to quarantine when he's here. So he won't be taking part in the Montreal Canadiens training camp, but looks like he'll be taking part in the Laval Rocket camp. So there's a rumor that he's going to be playing with the Rocket this year. I don't know that being at camp makes him going to play. He's young for that, but possibly because of the WHL and the OHL as well. And the QMJHL is also on hold right now. So the WHL and the OHL, if they don't start their seasons, apparently it allows these players to maybe join the their drafted teams, to whatever. You know how, you guys know what I'm getting at. So it might mean that, I don't know, but it looks like he'll be in Rocket camp, and he should be in Montreal, I guess, at this point by now. So Kaden Gooly had a really good tournament. He really had a good tournament. If you weren't sure about Kaden Gooly and the draft pick that the Habs got. After this tournament, I don't see why you would not be sure. The other guy in the tournament was Jan Mishak for the Czech team. He played in 5 games, also 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points, and he was even in the plus minus. He had a power play goal and 9 shots on goal in the tournament. And the rumor that I originally saw about Gooly coming here says Mishak might also play, be in camp for the Rocket, but apparently Gooly was officially on his way here and getting ready to quarantine for, I think it's 7 days they got to quarantine. Might be 14, but I think 7 days because he was in Edmonton coming here. Yeah, it's not a long quarantine, I don't think. So let's get some points on this game. What I took away from it, I guess. U.S.A. has a great development program. They're developing really good hockey players there. And the only thing I didn't like about it was the style of play. Seemed to be a bit of a trap style, and it worked for them. Spencer Knight was near perfect. He was always square to the puck, in position, ready for anything, and there was no way they were getting anything past him, especially considering the fact they didn't get anything in front. They couldn't get in front. We'll get to that in a bit. That's one of my points. But the Canadians couldn't get. It seemed like it was rare. They were in front of the net getting shots there. So all the shots were coming in from the coming down the wing and getting like a not a great angle shot. And he was always square to them, and there was nothing going past them. So Spencer Knight was really good in this game. USA controlled the middle, and I wrote trap with a question mark. They controlled the middle. Once the Canadian team, I guess I have 2 points that are the same thing, but once the Canadian team got to the middle of the ice, they were being pushed out to the side. They had to go down the wings. Rare they carried it in straight, like in the center of the ice. And they didn't get a lot of opportunity in the slot, in that area in front of the net. So USNDP, they really control the middle of the ice. And you control the middle, usually you win. If you control the middle of the ice, you can usually win the game, and that's what happened here. Canada's D, I found them not up to par, especially in the first period. They were having trouble clearing the zone. They were, like I said, there were periods of time where they were just in their zone for a minute, 2 minutes. It seemed like longer, and it might have been. And yeah, they couldn't clear the zone. It didn't look good, and it was worrisome. I was saying in the live stream how this doesn't look good. This doesn't look like a team that is going to win. And it turned out they weren't. Byfield and Krebs. For me, okay, I can't say I noticed Krebs, but I noticed not noticing Byfield. Like once or twice in the game, and the rest of it, I saw him there, but I didn't, he didn't do anything. And Krebs, I didn't notice much at all. And so these are 2 important guys for this team, and they will. Now, granted, I think it's Byfield's first time, and so I mean it's his first time, but still, he's the biggest guy there, 6'4", I think, 215 pounds or 25, whatever he is. He's a big guy, and he just didn't. In a game like that, his physicality should have come into play, and it just wasn't there. Canada's forechecking was spotty. This is something that was a strong point for them, is their forechecking was amazing. And I didn't notice it. For 10 seconds at a time, it was very spotty. So that's something that kept them back, is they weren't able to forecheck. Whether they weren't able or they didn't, I imagine they weren't able to get their forecheck going. And it made a big difference. USA won all the important faceoffs. I noticed this especially in the third period because I was live streaming the game. Now, I didn't show it, obviously, but I was watching it. And I was mentioning it that U.S. wins the faceoff. U.S. wins the faceoff. And they were important faceoffs in their own end. And Canada needed to win those, and they weren't able to. So I didn't notice in the first and second period, but in the third, they weren't winning faceoffs. Canada forced to the outside. So once again, talk about that. When they got into breaking down the ice, as soon as they got into the neutral zone, it was already, they were having to break off to the sides to get across the line. And yeah, my hockey stick is deciding I'm wrong. And they were being forced to the outside. So it was a perfect game. I don't know if that's a trap system. It seemed like a trap system where they were lining up and forcing them over, and it worked. And yeah, and plus the U.S. was all over Canada. No matter where they were on the ice, they were all over them. First to the puck, it seemed like as well. When Canada did get the puck, there was a guy there getting in the way. It was a brilliant job by the U.S. to pull off like that. Now, here's a question somebody in my live stream brought up I hadn't thought about. Canada, or I should say the U.S. apparently was in the group of death. So it was a lot of better, like they had Russia, they had stronger teams in there, apparently. But they did have Austria. So, you know, but anyways, this is what I'm hearing. So I'm wondering, because I hadn't analyzed that. I'm just going by a comment that I saw on my live stream. So I'm wondering if Canada had an easier time, because it looked like they were the most dominant team. Is it because they had easier opponents and then now they're faced with one of the strongest teams other than them in this tournament and they just shit the bed? I mean, I don't know what else to say. They really shit the bed last night. Compared to what I saw against all their other teams in the last two games they played against, what, Slovaks and the Czechs? That's pretty good competition. And I don't know, I wasn't impressed with what I saw last night compared to what I saw in those games. Canada should invest more in goalie development. By any means, am I blaming this on Devon Levi when I say that? No. But Devon Levi, let me see what I wrote about him. I got all these notes and I haven't even used any of them. Okay, Levi's a junior A goalie. So he's a junior A goalie. He had the tournament of his career, of his life. He played really well, but when it came to the big game, he was a little outplayed, and I found him running around just a little bit. So, you know, I don't know. I wrote something about him there. Levi seemed unconfident early on, and I found him running around in his crease just a little bit. And it was like a first-round pick in Spencer Knight. He was a first-round pick last year when Caufield was picked. And then this is against a seventh-round pick, so he's a seventh-round pick for Florida Panthers. This kid's going to be a good goalie, so there's no knock on him. It's just Canada needs to invest more in goalie development. So a junior A goalie doesn't have to have the tournament of his life and then take the blame maybe for not winning gold, because I don't know that it was necessarily his fault completely, right? It's a team game. The team wasn't playing great in front of him, so let me see if there was anything that I wanted to mention that I didn't. I don't think so. Next up, Canada loaded with hockey talent. So if there's something we can really take, like, okay, the loss is devastating. When Canada loses gold medal, it is exactly that. We don't win a silver. We lose the gold. It's always been like that, right? And the other nation, pretty much, maybe the U.S. is like us, but they're great to win a silver. Canada, it's not like that. We're all, look, even me, I can be rational about it. I'm still just, I mean, a silver doesn't really mean anything, right? If Canada doesn't win gold, we're not really happy. That seems to be the way it is. And quite frankly, I mean, I'm not happy. I'm not devastated. Life goes on. It's just a game. But I'm not happy winning a silver medal, right? What is the saying? You win a bronze, you win a gold, you lose a silver. So that's how it is. But you know what? It doesn't take away the fact that there is elite level talent and lots of it. This was a really great team where all four lines were you could roll any one of them as almost like as your number one line. This was a great team. Every member of the team, the defense was great. Kaden Gooly was fantastic. Oh, great to see. Cole Caufield, not like he was good though. His development, how he's getting along there, and he's not 100% ready, I don't think, yet for the NHL, but he's getting close. He's got to work on a few things. He didn't have the tournament everybody was expecting, but it doesn't mean anything. He's going to have a good career. That's my opinion. So this was really, good to see this Canadian talent that was... there's nothing I'm trying to say is that they didn't get the gold, but it's not because the talent level in Canada isn't there. These guys were great players. And even the goalie, who maybe was in above his head, but he was great. It's just the fact that he maybe shouldn't have been in that position. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. But really, congratulate all these Canadian kids for the job they did. Whether it was a weaker pool or not, it doesn't matter. They made us proud right up until the last game. And, you know, sometimes that happens. And what are you going to do with sport? So, yeah, I want to congratulate all these kids. They were fantastic. Canada's doing well, hockey players. I don't know. Oh, the goalie stick. First USA shutout at the World Junior Championship medal round. So they've never had a shutout at the World Junior Championships in the medal round. So this is the first one ever by the U.S. And one thing I do want to say and complain about is that trash can when they were taking the pictures with their medals. Come on. Okay, this is what I wrote about it. I just wanted to say this. The trash can with Canada's logo on it was in very poor taste. It was. But what can you expect? They're Americans. Now, I can say that because I'm a dual citizen. I was born down there, but lived here all my life to Canadian parents, so I'm both. Canadians don't do that. They'll celebrate and everything, but there was no need to make like we're trash. Anyway, it's fuel for the fire for next year at the World Juniors for Canada to take them on again. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do that. So in closing out, I just want to say this. Congrats to the Team USA. They won. They deserve to win. They were the better team last night. It's a one-game gold medal game. The better team's going to win, and they were the better team last night. So congrats to the USA team, as much as I don't want to have to say that. But there you go. And if Louis from VGK coverage is watching, Louis, I ate my crow. There you go, even though we didn't really have a bet, but there you go. You guys won. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please do that right down there. Subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That will get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there. And yeah, that's it. Peace out. See you next video. Have a great one, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye, y'all. I usually say bye, y'all, not... No one's watching now anyway. It's the end of the video, but bye, everybody. Have a good one.